Hello, welcome to Target IAS. I am Om Prakash Rajput. So today we will start power electronics. We have completed a course on electromagnetic field theory. So now we will start a course on power electronics. So let us see the basic syllabus for ESC and GATE. Here I have written this syllabus for GATE, and this is the syllabus for ESC. So the basic topics are basically in GATE and ESC are same. Okay, so the main topics we can say are: first, power electronic switches. Power electronics switches, because in power electronics we will be dealing with switches first, that are thyristor, MOSFET, IGBT, right, triac, and all, and topics associated to them like firing circuit, gating circuit, firing gating circuit. Okay, so as here in the ESC syllabus, semiconductor power diodes, transistors like BJT, okay, thyristor, triac, GTO, MOSFET, IGBT, and their characteristics. Basically characteristics means what? Static VI characteristics. Okay, the principle of operation, triggering circuits, right? So this is about the power electronics switches syllabus. Now after that there is one converter, that is AC to DC converters, which we call as rectifiers. So there are two types basically: phase controlled and uncontrolled rectifiers. So we will be more focused on phase controlled rectifiers. Rectifiers here. So you can see that here in this single and three phase configuration of uncontrolled rectifiers. Okay, and in this also, what? Phase controlled rectifier, bridge converters, fully controlled, half controlled, these are all comes under rectifier. After that there is one more converter, that is DC to DC converter. DC to DC converter, in which we call as chopper, which we call as chopper. So DC to DC conversion, in that boost buck boost converter we will study. Same here also, principles of chopper. Okay, and DC DC switched motor controller. So this comes under basically drives. Okay, drives part mein this part comes under the electrical drives in this. And the next converter is, here we have seen what? AC to DC, DC to DC, and the next converter is DC to AC. This converter is called what? Inverter, as it is converting DC to AC, it is inverting basically. So DC to AC are called as inverters. So you can see here uh, inverters, and after that in this here we can uh, AC to DC, magnitude, phase control rectifiers, and inverters. Here single phase, three phase, voltage and current source inverters. Okay, voltage and current, so different inverters are there. And then we will see this pulse width modulation techniques to that will help in this inverter part. Okay, so in power electronics the main topics are these basically. So if I write them in ordered manner, so first one we will study about power electronic switches. Power electronics switches. In this part, we basically, or we can, instead of saying switches, we can say devices. In this part, we will be dealing with the introduction of the power electronics devices such as power diode, thyristor, which is mostly used in the switching in the power electronic circuits, power diode, SCR, or we call it as thyristor, and then transistor family. Okay, so we will see BJT, IGBT, MOSFET. Okay, BJT, IGBT, MOSFET, and also RCT, GTO, ASCR, asymmetrical SCR basically, and TRIAC, DIAC. These are all the power electronic devices. We will see them one by one. After that, we will see switched mode power supplies. Switched mode power supplies means the converters we are talking about. Okay, so the first will be what? Phase controlled rectifier. Phase controlled rectifier. Okay, and their application. Phase controlled rectifier and their application. These are basically what? These are DC, I mean AC to DC converters. AC to DC converters. In this we will see some applications of like DC drives, of like DC motor and their application, phase controlled with the use of phase control rectifier. We will see DC drives and their working, charging battery or solar cell, HVDC. Okay, this topic we will cover though later. Third will be what? AC to DC. After that it will be, we'll see DC to DC converters, that are chopper. DC to DC converter. In that, buck, boost, and buck boost converter we will see. Okay, after that we will see DC to AC converters. DC to AC converters, that are inverters. DC to AC. So in this also two types are there: voltage source inverters or current source inverter. Okay, and after that we will see AC drives. AC drives means what? The induction motor one. Okay, so induction motor fed with inverter, right? Like that we will see. Okay, there are some extra topic in ESE syllabus other than GATE. These topics which I have written here, these are in GATE. These are in GATE syllabus. Now here I am writing the extra topic which are included in ESE syllabus, that are resonant converters, and high frequency transformers, high frequency transformers, inductors for power electronics, for power electronics. And after that, the switched mode power supply. We will see this later. Okay, so this is basically the main outline of the syllabus, and this topic is very important with respect to this GATE and IES. Okay, engineering services, important, and scoring also. Okay, so let us see in this lecture uh, some introduction of power electronics. So what is basically power electronics? What is power electronics? What do you understand by the term this power electronics? So if you know that electronics, we see if somewhere it deals with low power applications, right? It deals with low power application. Electronics, we always say that it deals with low power application. But here this is power electronics. So to differentiate it with the electronics, to differentiate it with the electronics, the term is here power electronics, right? So basically the major difference with electronics and power electronics, so generally we say electronics as analog electronics. In that we will study all the things that diode, BJT, MOSFET, right? So the power electronics is it it deals with control and conversion, control and conversion of high power, control and conversion of high power application with high efficiency, control and conversion of high power application with high efficiency. This is power electronics. Okay, so what is that, what that means, that control and conversion, what is this, what is this control and conversion? So if you see that there are different types of loads we have, there are different types of load we have, right? And we require we require a different supply for all of them, right? So but we are getting one supply only from like if we consider in our homes, we get 230 volt AC, 50 hertz, right? But to charge a phone or to charge a laptop, we require what? We require for suppose if I'm talking about phone, we require 5 volts supply. Okay, 5 volts, some 2 ampere current, this we require for our phone to be charged, right? Or suppose for a laptop it requires some 19 volt, right? So for that conversion from 230 volt to 5 volt, what we have to do, and not only this voltage level, this is AC supply, this is DC supply. We require DC for our phones, right? So we use a charger, what is present basically in this, we use a charger, what is present in that, we give input of 230 volt, 50 hertz, and we get an output of 5 volt constant DC. So the circuit present in the charger is a power electronic converter basically. Okay, or if not a power electronic converter, basically there is a converter here, right? Basically here is a converter that converts this supply to this AC supply to DC. So what will be in this circuit? There will be a rectifier, right? There will be a rectifier, and before that there is a transformer also to step down the voltage, right? So in this example, what is happening here, power is being controlled from one form like AC to DC. So what I've told, power electronics, in power electronics it deal with control and conversion. of high power application with high efficiency. With high efficiency. Okay, high efficiency. Because why we are writing here high efficiency, because in case of analog electronics also we use the same devices, but there the power is in very low value, right? Power limit is a very low value, and the efficiency is also not that much high. But in this case we require a high efficiency, because a lot of power is being used here. And if there is a low efficiency device if we use, then there is very much loss of power, which will be very costly, and also it will be not feasible to use these devices in the applications. Okay, so what a power electronic converter do basically, or what the power electronic circuit looks like is, if I draw, so it will look something like this. Here is our power input. Here is our power input, which we are giving to a power processor, which we are giving to a power processor, or we can say a power electronic converter, we can say. Here this is what a converter. So this will give a desired power output, which will be used by load, which will be used by load. And to check, yani to control the value, to control the power output, we have to take a feedback. We have to take a feedback. So we are taking the output feedback and giving to a controller here for the controller action. So in control system you might have learned that what a control system do. So here you will see application of control also. Okay, so here we are taking a feedback from the output and comparing it with the reference, that is what is the required output for load. Comparing it with that, we will give it to controller. So after comparing, this will give control signal to the converter, that uh, to to adjust adjust the power output to get the accuracy in the output. Okay, to get the accuracy in the output, so that what happens is efficiency will improve. Efficiency will improve, and efficiency improve means the losses will reduce, and the cost will also reduce. Like that, heating losses, heating will be less. So many advantages will be there after if we do this for high efficiency. So this is what a basic power electronic circuit looks like. This is what a basic power electronic circuit looks like. So it have a power electronic converter and a feedback to check or to control the desired output. Okay, so what we can say in this, we can say that the task of power electronic, the task of power electronic is, the task of power electronic is to process process and control, process and control the flow of electrical energy, process and control the flow of electrical energy by supplying, by supplying voltages and current of suitable form, of suitable form uh, to the load, to the load. Okay, so this is the basically the task of power electronics, as I've told earlier. to process and control the flow of electrical energy by कैसे वो process and control करेगा by supplying the voltages and current at higher efficiency of the suitable form to the load. Suitable form means if it requires DC, then here the output should be DC, and if it require AC of certain level, then this converter should work like that, and depending on the input, it should convert the output which is required by the load. Okay, so and also it should convert efficiently also, otherwise there will be no use of this power electronic converter if this is not efficient. So efficiency is required in that. Okay, so what will you understand here, that when will we use this power electronics? Whenever there is a mismatch in the supply and the requirement. Whenever there is a mismatch in the supply and the requirement of load, then we require this power electronic converter, right? Because we have to convert this in the usable form by the load, so for that power electronic converter will be required, right? Now let us see application of power electronic, basically where this power electronic can be used. So as we have just now seen that power electronics can be used where there is a requirement of some process, there is requirement of conversion of power and control. So it is required in switched mode power supply. It is required in switched mode power supply. So this is the first application we can say. The second application we can say, as these converters are working at higher efficiency, so these can be used for energy conservation, right? This can be used for energy conservation, as the power electronics are used in the field of process and control. So they can be used in process control and factory automation, process control and factory automation, and they can be used in like electrotechnical application. Electrotechnical application. Electrotechnical application means like for electric vehicles, right? For that also we will require some storage of energy, and for running that we will require some different type of energy. So we will be either using like solar panel in the electric vehicle, so conversion of electricity is required in that case also. So we can use power electronic converters in that too. And we can also see utility based application like HVDC. So if you know HVDC, in case of HVDC, what we do, we transmit large amount of power over a long distance. Over a long distance we transmit power. So basically the generation of electricity is what? Generation is AC, but we are transmitting DC power from one end to other. So we have to convert at this end. We have to convert at, suppose this is my sending end and this is my receiving end. So we have to convert this AC input to DC, because on the transmission line I want to transmit DC over a longer distance. So I have to convert this AC to DC. So I have to use a power electronic converter here. And also here, after receiving DC, I have to convert it back to AC. So I will be using here a power electronic converter, that is inverter, because most of the equipments we use are AC. So for that we have to convert it again from DC to AC. So again requirement of this power electronic, right? So there are these applications of power electronics. Now let us see some advantages and disadvantage of power electronic. So in advantages, as we are saying that these converters have what? High efficiency. These converters have high efficiency. High efficiency means what? Less losses. Less losses. So as there are less losses, it means there will be less heating. So as there is less heating, it means what? Cooling requirements will be lesser. Cooling requirements will be lesser, right? So uh, also, as there is less heating, so there will be less maintenance requirement also. Less maintenance requirement. So this is also one advantage. So as these things are getting lesser, so we can say uh, there is no less requirement, less maintenance requirement, less cooling requirement, right? Now as the power electronic converter has no rotating part, there is no rotating part, so there will be no term for inertia, right? Because it is not in motion, so we can say that it gives a faster response. It gives a faster response. Okay, it gives a faster response. So these are some advantages of power electronic converter. Now there is disadvantage also. There is disadvantage also. So what are these disadvantages? Are so the major disadvantage for a power electronics deals with the harmonic. It introduce harmonic in the system. It introduces harmonics. Harmonic is what? Any non-sinusoidal signal, we can say, and we can represent it in the form of different sinusoidal signals of different frequencies other than fundamental. So all the frequency component or all the sinusoidal signal which are other than fundamental frequency are termed as harmonics, and these harmonics creates problem. What problems they create is they downgrade the quality. They downgrade the quality of supply. They downgrade the quality of supply. So as they downgrade the quality of supply, so there will be what? Increase in loss. Increase in loss. So due to these harmonics, there will be like vibration in the system also. Okay, vibration in the system, which will lead to which will lead to premature aging of the machine. Premature aging of the machine. Also, if it introduces harmonics and the harmonics are in the system, then suppose they will reach to the transmission line, so or there is some another line going nearby, some telephone communication line. Okay, so there will be interference due to these harmonics also. There will be interference in the telephone communication line also due to these harmonics. Okay, so these harmonics also increases the noise level. Increases the noise level. So all the problem is due to these harmonics in the system. So we have to see in this power electronics about these harmonics, and for seeing this you should know about Fourier series. You should know about Fourier series. In that Fourier series, if you have learned about signal system, then you should know about the Fourier series. So here we can see that power electronics is requiring power electronics is requiring knowledge from signal system. right? So not only signal system, we require some knowledge of power system, some knowledge of circuit theory, some knowledge of electrical machines, some knowledge of analog electronics. So it is like many things are required for in this power electronic. Okay, so it is like a interdisciplinary nature, interdisciplinary nature of power electronics, right? So you should know some things, mainly this signal system you should know for the Fourier analysis. Okay, so you must revise this or learn this Fourier system, because we will be using some Fourier analysis in this course. So before doing this, you should at least get some idea about the Fourier analysis. Okay, the other thing we can manage. So this is about the introduction part. So in the next video we will start the course from power electronic devices. Okay, so that will be all for this video. Thank you.